Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on Valley News Now on this Thursday. I gotta tell you, I keep thinking it's Friday today. The weather is shaping out to be pretty nice, though, so not a bad Thursday ahead of us. Let's jump right into that forecast. Expecting a high right around 45 today in Fargo. Going to see those temperatures warming up into the mid 40s. Not sure why my overlay there is looking a little on the weird side. Let's try this again here. But we're looking at decreasing cloud cover. So some good news for the afternoon. There we go. And a little bit breezy. Winds out of the west. We'll see some gusts close to around 20 miles per hour. Not an overly windy day, but a noticeable breeze. So right now on our sky cams, you can see it's a fairly overcast, cloudy day that is starting to change in parts of central North Dakota and northeastern North Dakota, and we'll continue to see the wind diminish throughout the afternoon. So by midday, expecting a plenty of sunshine. Overall, not a bad mid-November day. Looking at temperatures warming up into the 30s and 40s once again. And we keep the clear skies late tonight and into early tomorrow morning as high pressure moves in. And with that high pressure, that's going to bring some cooler conditions as well. So tomorrow morning, we'll see those morning lows drop down into the 20s. Looking at this afternoon, some 30s and 40s, another kind of rinse and repeat kind of forecast from what we've seen the last several days. 37 Rolla, 38 in Roseau, and Langdon and Bemidji, 39 Devils Lake, 45 in Fargo, 43 Oaks, 44 in Sisseton. Tomorrow afternoon, more of the same, 30s and 40s. And the weekend, you betcha, more of the same, actually a little bit warmer. Temperatures generally in the mid and upper 40s, a couple hitting the low 50s with a partly cloudy sky. Now, turning our attention to the weekend. Yesterday, we gave you the first alert to Wednesday as we were watching the potential for a clipper moving into parts of the region. We've gone ahead and extended that to include Tuesday as well. So Tuesday and Wednesday, now our first alert weather days, because models varying a little bit on the timing of that clipper. They're pushing it a little bit earlier to move in Tuesday as opposed to Wednesday. So we want to cover our bases because it's such a big travel time frame. So this is our next weather maker, a clipper system, bringing the potential for some wintry weather, some gusty wind, and ushering in that colder air. Let's take a look at one of our forecast models. This is a morning forecast run. The next one is going to come out in about 2 hours, so make sure to tune into Valley News Live at noon as some of that new data comes in. But here is what it's looking like. Some rain initially off to the east, then we see the main clipper moving north of the border. So this run of this model showing that most of the snow remains north of the border with the potential for some in the northern valley. I want to point out that this exact same model yesterday had this shifted to the south by about 100, 200 miles, bringing more of our area snow. So models are still a little wishy-washy, which I know can be quite frustrating as you're trying to make your travel plans, but that's why we've gone ahead and extended that first alert to also include Tuesday, to just give you a heads up to potential travel disruptions, though we're not looking at a lot of snow. It is looking to be gusty. Thanksgiving Day still expected to be quiet at this time. Here we are Thursday mid-afternoon, just expecting some cold weather and potentially a few flakes heading into Black Friday. Not looking to be too substantial at this point. Temperatures with the clipper are still expected to drop. So today our average high is 36. We're going to be about 10 degrees above that. Still remaining above average all the way into about Monday and Tuesday of next week before we see that drop. If the clipper moves in on Tuesday morning as opposed to Tuesday night, Tuesday afternoon temperatures are going to be a little bit lower. So we're watching the timing of that carefully, of course, and not only how it impacts the precipitation potential, but when the coldest of the air arrives. Regardless, temperatures the next couple of days remaining very nice. Get out, take advantage, maybe put up the Christmas decorations outside this weekend with those highs in the 40s. 46 on Monday. Right now, we have a forecast of 44 on Tuesday, but again, it really depends on the timing of that clipper. Down into the 20s for high temperatures Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and likely beyond into the early potential couple weeks of December. It looks like this cold air is going to stick around for a little while. So morning temperatures in the teens starting on Thursday. Some areas we could see those morning lows dipping into the single digits. We're also monitoring precipitation potential for next weekend. That's a week and a half. We see some trends, but no definitive, snow potential right now. We're just looking to be a chance, and that's another big travel time frame with people heading back home after the Thanksgiving holiday. So that's another time period that we'll be watching closely for you. In the meantime, I hope you have a great Thursday. Again, check back in on Valley News Live at noon, and then again this afternoon for the latest model runs in regard to the timing of that clipper. Should be getting a little bit more consensus, of course, as we get closer. We're still about a little less than a week away, but something to keep an eye on, especially if you've got travel plans. Have a great rest of your Thursday, and hope you look forward to seeing a bit more sunshine by this afternoon.